Xmaxx. I got it all finished up, my wire management and the new Max 5 installed, but it has the new gear cover for the Mod 1.5 gears. I have Speed Tech gears in there. You can't really see them in there, but it's the big gears in there. Got the fan with the 3D printed mount from eBay, the dual fans under here. I have those ran on my 6 channel, so I can cut those on and off. I'm gonna have them run into an auxiliary battery, so I can run them off a 2S. So here, for now, I'm gonna have on top of the batteries for the truck, just to strap them in here. And you can see there, that's the next mod. Went for the straps with the carbon fiber tray, so no more clicks to go in here to limit me with the batteries I can run. So now I can run a taller 4S battery or 6S to make 12S. But that's the new Max 5 G2 on this eBay mount. Looks like the M2C, but not the price of the M2C, but it still pretty much connects the same way, right down through the battery hold downs and on both ends. So basically, to get to the receiver box, I have to take the 12 bolts off for this whole center brace, and everything just pretty much lifts up, and I left myself enough run on the ESC cable under there. I don't know if you can see it. Just so when I unbolt this whole thing, I could lift it up and lay it over, and I can get to the receiver box. But I pretty much got everything in the new receiver box as far as the what you see here, these RC Hawk, is it Elect Hawk RC switches, and this one here is for 8 amps. That'll be controlling the fans. And I have another one over there on that side. That's a 4 amp one, and that'll be for my headlight and the tail light. And under here I had some underglow lights, and you can see the bolts there. Let me slide it out a little bit. You can see the bolts there for the battery trays. That's the 4 bolts holding the battery trays in. They didn't poke down too far. I saw a little thing where you could recess them in there, but I'd rather have more bite on the plastic, so that way I know they're not going anywhere. And just double stick these tapes on, lights on. I had the lights here first, but since I put the new battery trays in, these bolts would be in the way of it, so I just put it right to the center. Hopefully it holds up. Yeah. I put a new servo in. It's a 75 kg servo. It doesn't connect, to this anymore. So we'll see how that holds up. But it is quicker, much quicker. And I still have it on 6 volts. I didn't turn it up to 7.4 volts or the max voltage on the Hobby Wing setup, but we'll see how that runs. Yeah, and I did get a new transmitter receiver. I got the FlySky GT5, so now I have my 6 channels, because that was my biggest thing. I like to run the lights. I just don't like the lights on all the time. So now I have the lights. I got a channel 3 for the lights, and I have the fans on channel 6. I wanted them on 4, but the way 4 is set up, it's more for less like to switch speeds. I would say if you had like a crawler or something, when you had multiple gears, it's set up like that. So when I had the fan on channel 4, it would be like on at about, I'm gonna say 60%, and then when you flip the switch up on channel 4 all the way up, then the fans are going super high. So I didn't really like that setup. I just wanted them on and off. So that way, if I'm bashing at speed and running hard, I could have the fans on, dissipating the heat and everything. And then, like, when I come to a standstill, you know, I could touch the motor, feel it. And that's the good thing here. I could get right here, get a good feel of the heat on the motor. And I could turn the fans off if it's not super hot or whatever. So that way I could save my battery and everything. And here what you see, to cushion this motor, I put strips of high temperature silicone under here. So that way, when I'm jumping and everything, and you know, it won't tend to, like, really, you can't even really push on it. And if you do, if it does for some reason, I don't know, want to shift up and down, I got some cushion under there. So it's not just, you know, floating in midair and everything like most setups usually are. And people say, oh, well, I bent my motor shaft. Hopefully this keeps it from doing that. And I just put these little covers over the red and black cords. Maybe you had them last a little bit longer so that way they don't get chafed or anything like that. So, you know, nothing's really by any moving parts. I got a couple pieces exposed here so that way if I wanted to, you know, if I have to change something out, just come unplugged. The only thing is with my fan, the connector's right here, so I might cut this just so I can have that cable exposed so that way if I run out of battery packs for the little small 2S lipos, I could run it through where the lights are and clip one light off and just have it running off the 4S battery packs off of channel 3. So just a little bit of my setup is all done now. I didn't put the QS8s on here. I probably should have, but I want to see how this works. If it ever becomes an issue, then I'll have to solder up, you know, desolder these. And that's another thing too. I could make these shorter, but I just wanted to see how it was going to run with this. I'm going to have to turn these and lay these down a little bit just to get them out of the way so that way when I go to put the body on, it shouldn't be an issue. And it should go on pretty smooth, I guess. No issues. Everything is tucked under just nice. And this body is really holding up with this Dark Side Studios wrap. I know it's a couple pieces back here coming off, but they give you so much of the sheet when you order it that, you know, if you get anything that's coming, like I think I had a few pieces up here that like start to tear up from bashing it, you could just fill it in with black pieces of vinyl and then it'll cover everything up pretty good. But other than that, this wrap is really holding up. It's just a few little spots up here that's torn. You can feel it when you rub your hand over it, like right here. But that's really not that bad. It's for what I usually use this for. I don't get it crazy high in the air, but we race it pretty good. Now, I got the little common issue back here where it's torn here and here, but other than that, it's holding up pretty good. And my little truck nuts, that's what came with the gear cover. Little touches. Hopefully, we'll see how long these tires hold up with the new power system, but I'm gonna bring my Duratrax, my belted Duratrax. I know they'll be stronger than these, so hopefully I don't blow them off immediately. And I did have to adjust the preload on these springs in the back because when I put the new power system in, the weight of it with the motor, the truck was actually squatted down like this. So that just lets you know how heavy it is. So I had to adjust the preload just to get it up. So that way it's not fully bottomed out. Because I mean, it was really sitting low before. So hopefully everything works out today with the shakedown. I'm gonna get it out, test it out, see how everything holds up. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, you know, hit that thumbs up button if you think this looks cool. If you like what I'm doing over here on my little channel, I just like to have fun with my hobby. So we'll see how all of this hard work and really hours I put into doing all of this, because after work, come home and I do a little bit the one day, a little bit the next day, and the next day. So I had all of this week to do it because the temperature was up in like, you know, the 90s with the heat index of 100 and something. So I really wasn't getting it out, and it was raining one day, rain the next day, and just hot, rainy, hot, rainy, hot, rainy. So today is going to be about a nice 80 degrees, not a lot of humidity. So I'm going to get this one and my sledge out today and just test everything out, make sure everything's running good. And then if not, be back in the lab, seeing what broke, fix it up. Oh, and the shocks, with these Proline shock caps, they give you little plastic pivot balls that go in here. I broke 2 on the back, the little caps that go on them, because it slides in here, and it's like a little plastic ring that goes around it to keep it, so that way your little pen has something to slide into. I ordered some new ones from Power Hobby, and guess what, guys? They are aluminum, so those shouldn't break anymore. And thing is, you have to drill them out a little bit, because the little pen, it does not slide into, it slides into one end, but it doesn't go all the way through. So I had to drill them out, just stick it in a vise, run a drill bit through it with a little penetrating oil, just to keep the heat down so they don't warp or nothing like that. And that worked out real good. So now I have aluminum pivot balls on all 4 corners. Hopefully they don't break. I went in to my diffs, greased them up real good, greased up the input gear. I didn't see anything broke on my on the bulkhead, but I looked to upgrading this upper bulkhead to aluminum on the front and the back, because I did notice that when I'm running, when I get the car out and I start driving it, running it hard, it's fine. But after a couple of jumps, something in here is moving, and it's causing the differential gears, the ring and pinion, to come unlined. So even I put a aluminum cap on here, aluminum cover. I shim the diff on the pinion side. I put 2 thin shims on there, so it's perfect. But it's something else coming unlined. I'm assuming it's something with the plastic, because when I take the diff gear out, put it back in and take it out and run it, no issues. But after a jump, and I go to make a hard left turn, and I get this side to, you know, it'll lean over, that's when you hear the clicking. So I'm assuming it's something that is getting out of shape or bent, or I could just need new gears. I had them for about maybe 2-3 months, you know, just general running. And when I was running them, I was running this with the Duratrax tires on here, which are heavier, and that burned up the servo, because the original servo, it didn't work no more. So I switched back to using these. Terrible steering. So it could just be that I need new gears, because I have no issues from the front. It's just from the rear, and it could have just been with the weight of the belted tires. So hopefully, all in all, everything gets sorted out today. See how long I get to run with these before I have to switch to the other tires. I do want to see these blow off. I think that'll be cool on video. But let me know what you guys think. And again, like and subscribe. I like how everything turned out. Hit me with a thumbs up if you like the way it looks now compared to what was stock. So we got now. I'm really liking these straps. I could really get a decent, I could just imagine the batteries I can get in here now. The 6S's, they fit in here. The 4S's definitely fit in there. So, and I think this strap here is overkill, because even when this one is strapped down, that battery is not going anywhere, because I still had the walls right here and here. So again, like and subscribe. I'm horrible with the videos, but I just got a lot to say, because I really like this stuff. Oh, and a power button I relocated it here. Did have it there, but I don't know, I'm moving stuff around. Still just trying to get a feel of where I want to have stuff. So just giving myself options. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace.